Hey, 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 good morning, good morning, good morning, good people, good morning. We are going to have an awesome, awesome day today. We're going to talk. Yesterday's audio was messed up. So I'm going to actually come back and repeat some of the stuff that I did on yesterday as well, because I don't know what was wrong with the audio. But you see, I made sure the mic is in front of me today. We're not going to play those games today because it was some really, really powerful, powerful information. It was some powerful, powerful information. And so we know that today is Transformation Tuesday. Yay! Somebody type in the chat, Transformation Tuesday. I'll start. I want you all to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So today is Transformation Tuesday. Somebody put it in the chat. Come on. I want to transform something in your thoughts today because God has some wonderful, wonderful things. Yes, yes. There you go. Transformation Tuesday. Somebody drop it in the chat. Um, and then as well, if you are on Facebook, you have to make sure that you give StreamYard permission to share your name. Otherwise, I just see it as Facebook person, right? Okay. And so we're going to get into that. My name is Brigitte Brown Jackson. For anybody that might be just coming onto my platforms, any of them, and you really don't know who I am, let me explain who I am. My name is again Brigitte Brown Jackson. I am a behavior wealth strategist. I love talking all things behavior. You know why? Because I want you to be walking in your full fulfillment of what God has for you. And today we're going to talk about that. Today we're going to talk about the fact that you are a piece of a puzzle. Yes, you are a piece of a puzzle. Are you being the puzzle piece though? Have you ever put a puzzle together and like, really, really mad because, maybe somebody that lost a piece of the puzzle and you can't finish it? I know I've done that before. I can't stand when I start something, I really do most of the time, and put the quotation air quotes around it. I want it to be finished, right? Hey, Mel, I love you. That's my sister. It's Transformation Tuesday. Well, I got to show y'all her. Melly Mel, all the way from Flint Town. Yes, yes, we Flintstones. But I want people to understand that you are, again, a puzzle piece. You are a piece of the puzzle that you are so very, very important to other people, right? And so when you're not in alignment, when you're not in place, God can't use you like he's supposed to use you because you're really not showing up. Ooh, if I stepped on somebody's toe, all y'all have to do is just type in the comments, ouch. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay if I stepped on your toe. Just type ouch and you'll be okay. All right. But let's get into this. I don't want to belabor this. We're 3 minutes in already. Again, my name is Brigitte Brown Jackson. I'm a behavior wealth strategist. I love talking all things behavior, and I want you to maximize your behavior. Let me put this up again because I want you to see this. So when I talk behavior wealth, wealth is not always monetary. Okay. There's other things that you could be wealthy in, right? You could be wealthy in relationships. You could be wealthy in your performance. You could be wealthy in your talent. You could be wealthy, again, in the things that you built up around you. You could be wealthy in intellect, but you also could be wealthy in money. Well, me not showing up in my puzzle piece like I was supposed to, I'm a flight attendant. And we'll talk about that in just a minute if you've never heard that term. But I'm an I. If you look at the DISC assessment, I always love to talk all things DISC. And we look at the DISC assessment. I's are people driven, right? They're very, very people driven. And so I'm people driven, but I wasn't being my 100% self in the piece of the puzzle that God put me in. All right. So God allows D's to show up in the world because he needs D's to execute. Okay. So D's are problem oriented. He put I's in the world because he knows I's are going to do like him and inspire and have inspiration, right? He also knows that when he put S's in the world, he can depend on them to be the shoulder for someone else, right? He knows when he puts C's in the world that he can depend on them to put systems and plans in place so that the people can execute, they can inspire, and they can be there for other people. Do you see how all four fit each other and need each other? I'm going to put it back up again. All four need each other and fit each other, right? And so no matter what piece of the puzzle you are, if you are a flight attendant or if you are a pilot, and the D, if you are the air traffic controller, or the C, if you are the grounds crew, or the S, you are needed. You're needed, you're needed, you're needed to show up. You're needed to show up, okay? And so if you want to know more about this, I love, love, love sharing and sharing and sharing. And so if you want to know more about this, because this little few minutes that I'm going to do is not enough, you can text 810-321-5365, and I would love to send you a document that can help explain this even more for you, right? And especially if you are a leader or you're over a team, right? You definitely need to know how the pieces of the puzzle fit together, because you could be like me. You know, in my flight attendant self, I told you I was all about the people. You know, and so as a school leader running other people, right? Running other people's organizations is what I meant to say, and walking alongside of my colleagues. You know, I didn't consider myself a boss. I consider myself a team player, right? But I did have people that they were under me in the sense of, if you look on the org chart, but they were not under me, if that makes sense. They were walking alongside of me. I needed their superpower just as much as they needed my superpower. But here's the thing. I didn't understand the value of every last one of the pieces of the puzzle, especially D's, or the pilots, okay? And think about what a pilot does. A pilot gets on that plane, and that pilot is going to take you from A to Z, right? That's their job. Now, it might be A to B. It might be a longer trip, but wherever that trip is, it's trying to get you to your destination. So it's very results driven. Well, I didn't really care for results driven people, because sometimes results driven people can be egocentric. Sometimes they can be aggressive. Okay. And it's not because, once I understood it, how they fit the puzzle, it's not because they have anything against people. They might step on people's toes, but what they're trying to do is get the end game. That's what they want. And so when you have people like that in your life, are you valuing them? Are you valuing that piece of the puzzle? Eyes again, you know, they try to do too much stuff. And so sometimes, and I did it as an eye leader. Oh my God, I did it to my staff. I sit back sometimes now and think about what I did, and I'm like, oh my God. So I've learned from that. And so now, as I'm building out my business, as I'm building out my organization, then I know all the mistakes that I made previously, not to make those as I deal with teams, right? And so as an eye, sometimes we can be all over the place and we're doing too much stuff. And the people around us like, wait a minute, we can't even keep up. You just said this. Now you done changed it to this. And now you done changed it. You need some steadiness. Okay. And so that leads to the grounds crew. The grounds crew will help kind of give that. But here's what a grounds crew sometimes mess up in the puzzle. They just stay there. And they complacent and they're okay. And it's like, oh, okay, everything is wonderful. Everything's happy. Yeah. Okay, I'm satisfied. No, grounds crew. It's time for many of you to step out and to really, really step out. Or if you're air traffic controller, oh my God, they are really good at helping with systems and planning and stuff, right? But one of their downfalls is sometimes they can just sit like this, deer in headlights, because they're looking at they're nitpicking. And I don't mean nitpicking in a negative way. I'm just saying they look at the minute things so much. And that's a good thing. That's what makes them good. But it also can be kryptonite. So every last one of the superpowers that all of these 4 pieces of the puzzle have can also be kryptonite. And I don't want it to be kryptonite for you. And so today I want to talk to you about your struggle real quick. I'm going to move out your way, talk about this struggle, right? And so as a flight attendant, my struggle, always the enemy comes up against me to try to stop me, try to stop my voice, to stop my mouth, right? Because look what I do. My giftedness is people driven. So how does he try to cut me off? He tries to cut me off at the knees so I don't feel like inspiring people. Ooh, did y'all hear that? He will try to make me think that everything is so that I can't inspire people, right? And so don't let the enemy do that to you. See, that happened to me. In 2001, I moved to Ypsilanti, Michigan from Flint, Michigan. Oh, I was on a high. I was getting ready to be a school administrator. I was getting ready to be advanced, promotion, everything. And then I moved to Ypsilanti, and I was excited to be in Ypsilanti. I had a wonderful, wonderful staff that I was working with. I was still teaching at the time. And then do you know the rug was pulled from under me? I went through a separation that ended in a divorce. And during that same time, I lost my job. So now I have not one home, but I have two homes and a whole lot of debt and one income. Oh, did I get belly punched. And I'll be honest with y'all, I got bitter. And I was like, God, I don't even understand this. I've been going around this country speaking for you. I've been doing everything you asked me to do. Tell me how this happened. And when I got punched up, so did my giftedness. So I pulled back, and I wasn't that flight attendant that I needed to be, right? I was supposed to be people driven. I started a women's ministry that literally, and we're talking about in the 90s, like you hear all this stuff now because we got social media, but being able to get hundreds of people in a room when I just first started my ministry, like that was something amazing, right? But here's the part that I want you to know. I quit on it. I quit on it. I don't want you to quit on it. So what is that thing? What is your gifted piece? What is the piece of the puzzle that you are, that you know you are, that somebody else is going to have a hard time because you didn't show up? Ooh, let me come off here so y'all can see my face. Y'all hear me? Because you didn't show up. When I didn't show up, there were women that were counting on me, but I didn't show up for them because I allowed the enemy to belly punch me, and then I quit. And I didn't just totally all the way quit, but I wasn't the gregarious, inspiring, motivational person that I was. I was in certain situations, and I wasn't in some situations. But when I got myself up, do y'all hear me? I came out like a storm. And then last year, I released my book, Powerful Growing You and Unlock Your Purpose. That book was started in 2001. I started writing that book. So it's 20 years late. So here's what I want to tell you. It's never too late. It's never too late. Let me put this back up here. You are a piece of the puzzle and you are needed. The puzzle can't be completed unless you show up. So are you showing up for yourself? Are you showing up for yourself? So whether you're on the 9-to-5 job, whether you're in business for yourself, whether you running a nonprofit, whether you're in ministry full time, whatever that thing is that God has you doing, are you being it? Are you being the pilot and getting the people from A to Z? Are you being the flight attendant and making the experience incredible? Are you being the ground crew and being in the background, caring for the people and taking care of the needs? Are you being the air traffic controller that you're seeing the big picture of everything and you're planning down to the minute detail? Are you showing up how God designed you to show up? Because here's the thing, guys. God is every last one of these. He's a pilot. Think about when he's a pilot. Oh, he's very decisive. And he lets us know it in his word. He's a flight attendant. Ooh, does he make sure your accommodations are good? He's the grounds crew. He's in the background when we don't even know that he's in the background. He's Elohim. He's El Shaddai. He's everything that we need him to be. He's the nurturing one, right? And he is absolutely that air traffic controller. He puts all types of systems in place. He said, if we will call upon his name, he will hear us. Is that a system or is that a system? And so we have it. We absolutely have everything that we need. My question to you, is the puzzle piece empty? Is the puzzle piece missing because you're not showing up as you? Okay. And so I started this off. If you came on at the beginning, you saw me have this as the beginning slide. Successful people are self-aware and authentic. I need you to be self-aware of what God created you to be and to do. And I need you to be authentic. All right. And I need you to show up because your behavior has wealth in it. Wealth for you and wealth for other people. When I wrote my book, Powerful Growing You and Unlock Your Purpose, within the first week, I had a testimony I had a testimony of somebody saying how just the introduction, y'all hear me? The first 5 pages, bless them because they were in a spot where they were in the middle of a divorce and they didn't feel worthy. That was me. I did not feel worthy. I did not feel worthy. Let me let y'all see my face. I did not feel worthy when I was going through my divorce. But God said to me one day at a 5 a.m. prayer, Brigitte, he called my name 3 times. I thought somebody was tripping, calling me in the middle of prayer. And then I realized, oh, it's like Samuel. It's God. Yes, Lord, here am I. And when I said that, he says, I'm going to give you a husband that's going to love you like Christ loved the church. I wish I had the slide pulled up with the picture of my husband and I, because right after that, he showed me a vision of me on the beach in a beautiful white flowing gown in front of a man in a black tuxedo. I couldn't see his face. All I saw was he was a little bit taller than me, and I was smiling. Do you all know in 2009, God allowed that to happen? I married my soulmate on the shores of the Atlantic Ocean in a beautiful, serene background, just like the image God showed me. But it took 6 years for that to happen. But when it happened, oh, it happened. And so I want you all to understand and to know that God needs you to show up because somebody else needs that. So now my husband and I, we inspire single women, single men to understand God got somebody for you. He doesn't love me more than he loves you. If he did it for me, he will do it for you. And so my husband was questioning, saying, who's going to want me with 4 kids? And I was questioning, who's going to want me with 4 kids? And God said, I'm going to put y'all together with y'all 8 children. And do you know our children get along so well? And the crazy thing is, the majority of them were grown when we met or nearing adulthood. And you know, that's when some of the friction, they get along beautifully. We do not say his and mine, but they're ours. And it's just really a blessing. It's a blessing. Y'all gonna get me going off. I wasn't even going on that tangent, but I love telling this story. I love telling the story. So I see some people in the thing. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Darcel. Good morning, Starla. Good morning, Starla. I gotta put this one up here. She said, on time word. Yes. It is an on time word because it's for me too. It is for me too. All right. And so as I close out, I just want to share with you all, again, you know, just some great things. So here's one of the things that I tell people all the time. Get you a coach, get you a coach, get you a coach. So I have a coach. It happens to be E.T. or Dr. Eric Thomas, E.T. the Hip Hop Preacher. His book today lands, You. Listen, y'all. I need you all to go and get that book. Wait a minute. Wait. Y'all see that? Y'all see my face? You see that? Yes. You know what happened? He has helped change my life. Y'all see the Brigitte that you see? It's because of him. The book came out is because of him and 2 other coaches that I had at the time. Why? Because I was pushed to a whole nother level. If you are not executing, stop trying to do it because you're trying to do it by yourself. Oh, I got to pull this up again, y'all. Sorry. Because you are not using the other pieces of the puzzle. You got to get the pieces of the puzzle together, okay? So you go get that book if you don't have that book today. It lands today. Go order it wherever you can buy a book. If you want to find out more information about Dr. Thomas, you can go to expires.com or you can hit me up and I can share some information with you. You can find me on BrigittebrownJackson.com as well. And here's what I want you to do too, is go to simplytomorrow.com. Because if you don't know how you fit in the puzzle, you don't know what puzzle piece you are for the month of September. Y'all hear me? For the month of September, I'm blessing people, but I'm not blessing everybody. I'm blessing people that come onto my campus. And so I call Facebook my campus too, because I teach everywhere I go. So if you come onto my campus, you don't know what this flight assessment is. You have no clue. I charge. And I'll tell you the honest truth of what I charge. I charge $197 to do a consult with people. For the month of September, I'm giving people a 5-page report to understand your giftedness. And all you got to do is just go to that simplytomorrow.com, or you can go to my website, BrigittebrownJackson.com, and reach out to me. and I'll send it to you. But I promise you, September 30th, it is over. It is over. I'm gifting for my birthday because I want to be a blessing to the people of God, right? I want to be a blessing to the people of God because I want people to understand that they are a piece of the puzzle and they really, really need to act on it. So here's another way that you can reach out to me. Right there is you can follow me at Brigitte Transforms. Most of you are here on my platform, so you have that. I actually have an ebook that goes with the assessment. I just offered this to a group last night, so this is fresh and new. Get it while you can. It's going to tell you 3 things that you must have to grow your business. So if you're a business owner or you have a nonprofit, you have something and you really want to advance, then reach out and get that. Or you also can text 810-321-5365. All right. Okay, so I'm way over. I can't get off here. See, y'all can't geek me up. Y'all start geeking me up. Started was talking about transformation. Melanie was talking about Transformation Tuesday. See, y'all was like, my BFF was like, good morning. I can hear you say that. I actually dreamed about you. I gotta call you. My BFF's on here saying good morning. One of my babies, she calls me her mama pal. I was her first principal. I hired her as a teacher. Now she's a principal. She's like saying teaching good. See, y'all was geeking me up. So let me get off here. So before I close real quick, again, make sure you get that book, You Owe You, if you do not have it already. Get it in your possession. When I say E.T.'s story is absolutely amazing, I used to listen to E.T. when I was a school administrator, and I'd have my staff listen to him. Thank God it's Monday. And he literally transformed my life as an educator. And then when I got the opportunity to be coached by him, I was like, oh, and my life has never, ever been the same. My husband's life is not the same. My children's life is not the same. My grandchildren's life. Why? Because my behavior precipitates all the other stuff. So that behavior wealth, that was because of Dr. Eric Thomas putting some deposits in me. Why? Because he has some deposits in him. Okay, I'm really gonna get off here. I'm gonna get off here. Let me get out of here. All righty, we're 22 minutes in. Thank you all for showing up. Share this with somebody. Please share. Please share this with somebody that they could be a blessing. Again, my goal is just to really love on people and give people. But I promise you, I run a business. And so after September, that free offer is off the table. People have to pay for it. Okay. So you can pay the $197 later on, or you can come to me right now and say, Brigitte, how can I get this so I can change the trajectory of my life? I got you, sis. I got you, brother. And I work with women, but any men that come on this month, I will share. All righty. I am out. I keep saying that, but I got to get out of here. I love y'all. Peace. I love you.